This will be my 24th year here in McCurtain County, and I've worked exclusively in southern LaFleur and northern McCurtain County in the 3rd District here in the very far southeast corner of the state. The greatest advantage I see of McCurtain and LaFleur counties is that we're blessed with huge amounts of public land. Probably close to 1 million acres whenever you add the Ouachita WMA, Three Rivers WMA, Hona BWMA, and then these smaller wildlife management areas scattered across the southeast. It's a sportsman's paradise. Just the opportunities are endless to hunt and fish and recreate here. So we have a lot of non-resident use here. There's a lot of education goes on because they come from a different state, and they realize that Oklahoma has different laws and bag limits than other states that surround us or from wherever that might be. So, the main thing that we do as game wardens, of course, is enforce the laws. But a huge portion of it is education. Whenever I first came here, of course, not being from southeast Oklahoma, they're a pretty tight-knit group, and I'm still probably not considered one of them. I've raised my kids here. My kids are. But, when you treat somebody with respect and like you want to be treated, in turn, you'll get it. My locals are very protective of this area. I let them know when things are happening. They let me know when things are happening, and we work as a team to ensure that for generations to come, we'll be able to utilize and hunt, fish, and camp and recreate in these mountains. So, any type of law enforcement, you're truly a servant of your community. It's not just about enforcing the laws where you live at. It's about helping your community and giving back, regardless of how you do it. My wife's a school teacher, so she's giving back in the sense that she's educating, our future generations, and we have a lot to do with that too. Being a part of a game warden and introducing kiddos and youth to the outdoors. But we have a lot of these areas are underutilized. We have over 4,000 miles of timber roads in this country. So, with the purchase of a Three Rivers permit, even if you're not hunting or fishing, you have the ability to traverse and drive on weeks worth of roads and never see the same thing twice. One thing that we really have to deal with during the summer on a weekly basis is people lost, broke down, flats, just a course of many different scenarios that when you're not prepared to be in the wilderness, then you're going to have a really bad experience in the wilderness. But if you're prepared, sometimes it can actually be a little fun. But just the vastness of southeast Oklahoma, once you start driving, keep in mind that you could run a full tank of gas out and still don't know exactly where you're at. So a lot of people that come to these areas don't realize the wildness of it. This is probably one of the clearest streams in the state of Oklahoma. It's this little stream that feeds into the Mountain Fork River. It's spring-fed, runs year-round, and is always cold. And with a life straw, I drink gallons and gallons and gallons of this water. I do a lot of cooking on my tailgate, and a lot of coffee over the campfire, which to me, there's not a better job in the world. I'm getting paid to be outside, cooking over a fire, drinking campfire coffee, and protecting our resource. And that's the great thing about this job. if we're not on some type of pending investigation or dealing with calls, we kind of have the luxury as game wardens to decide where we want to be that day. And the biggest problem that I have as a game warden is making that decision. And the other biggest problem is I love it so much that half the time I have a hard time going home, and the family suffers because of it sometimes, and I have to just turn it off and go home and be a dad and a husband. That's one thing that over the course of 27 years being married that I had to learn was I loved my job so much and was so passionate about it that early on, family suffered because of it. So, and again, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. I've never looked at what I do as a job, because a job to me is something that you don't necessarily enjoy, and it's something that you have to do in order to survive and live and pay the bills. This is a lifestyle and a career and just a passion. So I'd never looked at this as a job, ever.